The reason that's funny is because I was just thinking, like, I kind of respect her for saying, like, well, you know, there's really interesting work here, and I'm actually really enjoying it based on that aspect only. That's kind of cool. And it looks like there's a guard, like, right outside the door here. From Vasily, Nia, listen to me. You know what they're doing to us. You recognize a tactic. They're not giving life by not taking it. They're giving life by not taking it, keeping us isolated so that their truth becomes everything. Don't you see the signs? Do not give in to them. And then she writes to Megan and goes, I can't work like this, Megan. How do they expect me to write a program that will run on a biochip I haven't even seen a design for yet? I need to know the layout of the processors. Otherwise, I can't determine which threads should be suppressed and which should be allowed to stay active. Instead of controlling their damn crowd, I might very well end up inciting it to riot. Nia, you're thinking too narrowly. The positioning of the processors is just a detail. It really doesn't matter. What matters is the input coming into the chip from the nervous system. That's what's generating the individual or multi-threads you need to suppress. Focus on isolating those patterns, and I think you might actually get somewhere. But if it makes you feel better, H told me Eric's designing the chip. You've worked with him long enough to know how he thinks. Okay. Okay, so the good news is, like, Megan's still alive and kicking, right? There is a guard right outside here. What is the, I don't even remember my buttons here. Ah, there we go. All right, you're coming in here. She's gonna be all like, oh my God, there's a guard in here, dude. She's gonna go full-blown panic mode, I'm sure, this crazy what's-her-balls. It would be real nice to find a security terminal and turn off these cameras. Oh shit. Oh, that was not what I meant to do, like, at all. I totally just meant to use my unlocking device. But I didn't equip it. So... real smooth. Does that camera stay dead though after I do that? Because if so, that kind of works out. Wait, we got a guard coming over here like hastily. Where is he? He's coming around this way. Come here, you. Shit. Come on.
Let's move. Make the call. Hearing source of disturbance. We've got a breach.
This is really bad.
Eyes out. We may have a hostile in the area.
Okay, they're going away. Thank you. Raymond Jory into Christine Cantrell and Mr. D, these new samples are simply amazing. The fragments are definitely human, but present some peculiar, albeit tacit particularities. But I have to say, this could be it. This could be the break we're waiting for. I started to work on it, and so far, fragmentation and ligation were not an issue. Fragments were efficiently amplified, and vector insertion reacted as expected to DNA ligase. I'm having problems with transfection though. It's to be expected, and it's probably linked to the aforementioned singularities. Nothing a bit of work and test can't fix. If we can make it, if the cells react as planned and we can properly screen and get proper sequencing, it could remove every obstacle we face so far. Even better, we could end up with subjects impervious to bloodstream rejection. This goes far beyond simple augmentation rejection. It could modify augmentation technologies as we know it. I think you should inform Mr. Page immediately. Dun dun dun. I hope you forgive my impetuosity, but I started naming the subjects with the names of the apostles. I believe it's befitting, considering the underlying subject and the importance of this leap forward. God, this is so exciting. And Nigerian emails, of course. What the hell is that? I don't like that they're still alarmed, that's for sure. I think I'm probably safe to do this, so I'm going to hack it. Hopefully nobody comes around that corner. And I wasted an EMP too, that's the worst part about the whole situation.
Access granted.
Like, what is under here? There's absolutely nothing in this room? Oh, here we go. Aha! Delgado in the Stymosiever. Excerpt from a lecture given by Hugh Darrow at the Bonn Reen Sieg University in March 2016. I'd like to tell you another research story I find absolutely fascinating. This one involves Dr. Jose Manuel Rodriguez Delgado, Spanish professor of physiology at Yale University. Delgado's research interests centered on using electrical signals to evoke specific responses in the brain. His earliest work was with cats, but later he performed experiments with monkeys and humans. Much of the experiment centered around an invention he called a stymosiever, or stimosiever, a radio which joined a simulator of brain waves to a receiver that monitored EEG waves before sending them back on separate radio channels. This allowed the subject of the experiment full freedom of movement, while also allowing the experimenter to control the experiment. Delgado used his stimosiever to stimulate emotions and attempt to control behavior. In one test involving 4 patients, he stimulated points in the amygdala and hippocampus, we heard about that earlier, to produce a variety of effects, including pleasant sensations, elation, deep thoughtful concentration, odd feelings, super relaxation, colored visions, and other responses. Delgado later stated that brain transmitters can remain in a person's head for life. The energy to activate the brain transmitter is transmitted by way of radio frequencies. Yeah, so that feeds into what they're doing here, for sure. This just brings us back into that hallway now. How do I find this guy? Looks like he's up just a little ways. This is the skywalk? Yes, it is. Yeah, there's the guard with the turret from the beginning. And there's that little section at the beginning, or at the entryway to this building, with the guard and like the little computer. It's probably not that interesting, I'm assuming. Just based on the fact that it's more of like a reception area that he was guarding. Oh man. Wait a sec, we've been here. Ah! So it is close. But it's up 1 floor. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have to keep going this way then. 2 guys in here? Uh-oh. Now, can I take them both down is the real question. I think they might be just a little too far apart. But we're gonna find out. Nope, I can't get them both. But what I can do is I can gas them. And they shouldn't set off any alarms. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about anybody bothering me.
Access grant.
Okay. Oh, cameras. This guy's on the frickin' prowl. Somebody's prowling around. Colvin's office. Please try to keep this confidential. We've already received complaints from her concerning privacy and some stolen underwear. I know it's a sausage fest here on the ranch, but let's try to respect the few women we have in our protection. And what is yours? Next shift, Mr. Waltz. All right. So I guess that did alarm a bunch of people. Just superb. And I do have to go up in here, so I'll do it. Now this guy, this would be a good time to bust out my tranquilizer rifle. Oh no, there's two of them. Never mind. Whoa. That's right, everyone. Just go away. Fast. Seriously? Oh, it's in him. There we go. So, Microgen Lab office, which I think is where they said he was located. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Where's my handgun?
Nearing source of disturbance.
There we go. I really should just shoot out those cameras more often because it's a pretty easy way to handle them, disabling them, I should say. Now that camera doesn't look like it's doing anything. Let's just make sure it stays that way. Oh, no, no, no! Damn it! Oh, I have the rebreather anyway, so I don't have to worry about it, but, yeah, oops. Sorry. This chick's still good. Hear about Jorian's breakthrough? Apparently joining her team, we're finally able to make a bit of progress in the reproduction of higher tolerance DNA. Should have made that nanotech bullshit bet with him, but I've got a feeling you'll end up owing someone $200. We still on for Thursday. So we're just basically seeing all these scientists' labs, and now I think we can probably go into that guy's office, which I assume I can access either through that door or around this way. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is where I came from. Right, okay, perfect. So either way, I have to go through these lasers. And I'm thinking this'll work. He's kind of freaked out, obviously, but that's fine. The 6-month war, history of conflict. With the absorption of Palestine into the United Arab Front, it was inevitable that the coalition of nations first conceived by Iran in 2014 would turn their attention to Israel. Generations of Arabs who had grown up knowing of nothing but conflict with their neighbors were stirred to belligerence by the new power of the UAF, and emboldened by expansionist doctrines, plans were laid for a lightning strike assault. In March of 2021, the conflict would become known as the 6-month war, was ignited by a massed invasion. A carefully coordinated attack using infantry and armored elements, fighters and bombers, short-range ballistic missiles, and limited littoral sea power struck at Israeli defense forces, but the key element of the engagement was the use of covert augmented operatives and cyber warfare units to cripple defensive command and control networks and nuclear retaliatory strike capabilities. Okay, Eric. Let's rock. Ooh, what do we have here? This is probably Eric's computer. Let's check this first. To Eric Koss. Courage, my boy, from Vasily. Eric, I don't know if you're where they're keeping you, but rest assured you're not alone. Declan and I are being forced to work in the Microgen building, separately, of course, but from time to time our paths have crossed. If there's any way for you to slip a note to the morgue telling Declan where you are, then do it. And he actually did slip a note to Declan. Declan told us that. That's really cool. I like that. Megan Reed says... so he writes to Megan Reed, says, I don't mean to rock the boat, but maybe you can convince them to let you come by and check on my work in person sometime. I feel it's progressing in the right direction, but since I don't have access to the original Patient X files anymore, and Patient X we found on a, what do you call it? Like, it was like an ebook or something, in the very first, like, office where we started this adventure. And I kind of have a feeling it's me. A lot of signs are pointing to that. And you know how important that formula is when it comes to stabilizing the nerve interface connection. Without it, these biochips won't work at all. I hear you, Eric, and I understand, but I don't think they'll listen to me. It was hard enough convincing them to allow this level of interaction between us. Soldiers are used to being compartmentalized. They think everyone else should be able to work in the dark too, knowing only half the information. I am reviewing all your work though, so don't worry. I'll let you know if you're straying too far off. Okay, cool. So now let's talk to him and let's see how we get this plan in motion.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not even.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I can't be sure.
I've already been in touch with Colvin and Faraday, and we've come up with a plan. If the three of you set off simultaneous explosions in your labs, it might allow me to access the secured area and find Megan. Then we all get out of here.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
Listen, Dr. Koss. Dr. Sevchenko had a plan to neutralize the GPL tracker.
Yes, he wanted to upload a viral program onto the security control computer to scramble all of their equipment. He gave me a copy in case anything happened to him. Here, I never had the courage to use it. Besides, we had nowhere to go.
Okay, what can you tell me about the chip?
Dr. Koss, the biochip you mentioned was based on Sarif studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
It's more of a general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit, we all realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
I have a feeling they may not quite be going home. Ugh.
The computer I need to upload this to. Where's it located?
Vasily mentioned a tunnel near the back of the compound. I think it leads to the restricted area's security terminals, but, well, I've never used it myself. I wish I could be more helpful, or even go with you. But
Yeah, can't happen, can it?
Stay put, Dr. Koss. Once I upload this virus, you'll have to do your part. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, that's the signal to set off the explosion.
I'll wait, Mr. Jensen. But hurry.
Okay, so we need to upload a virus to the security computer and enter the restricted area. These guys will all do their little thing, and I will hopefully get into the restricted area and find Megan. That is the game plan. That being said, it's probably not going to be as easy as how I explain it right there. So when I come back, we'll take this elevator, which hopefully takes us to the right place, and then we will head towards the restricted area and put our plan in motion. Oh my god! If we see Megan again, that's gonna be really cool. I'm excited. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.